Perfect, 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 perfect. What is going on, folks? CJ here. Me and Prime are back with Morphin Metacast. It's been a while, post-wedding. How's it going, sir?
Guten Tag, mein dude. Konnichiwa, bitches, and congratulations, good sir.
Nah, I appreciate it, man. Long hiatus, but it was well worth it. Marriage bliss.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Far. Yeah, I know, right? And since the last episode, it's amazing how the Ranger fandom is the gift that keeps on giving on just the level of cope that
just never changed.
Bro, our last episode, I'm thinking, okay, maybe with where the state of Power Rangers is at, shit's gonna die down, right? Didn't. It just the hits keep coming, man. I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. Maybe you could explain this problem. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I do.
Okay.
Power Ranger fans get what they deserve.
Damn. For why? I mean,
like I said, I had an epiphany like many years ago when I was watching CW Batwoman, and I was grumbling. And the woman came in the room and she just said, "I'm sorry, your loyalty is not being rewarded, babe." And that like fundamentally transformed how I approach this shit for like the rest of my damn life.
You said that we were talking about Batwoman on the comic recorder. When you said your wife said that, I was like, that is the most accurate shit ever.
That's the realest shit. And I'm like, you know what? Know what? I gotta reapproach all this bullshit.
Oh my god, man. Look, there is no reason for me and Prime to beat the horse dead, but it's just amazing to me that the coping in Ranger fandom has reached a level of them really showing jealousy of how to be a Toku fan of Super Sentai and Kamen Rider. They are jealous that we are just eating right now on that tier.
I'm trying to figure out why the fuck you mad at me? What did I do?
Hey, Johnny Toei can disappoint me, but I'm still getting Toku.
I'm like, listen. Which incident? Was it the one where let's roll this back. Which time how did I piss them off this weekend?
I don't know. You've been like Nicodamus on a lot of the Toku stuff lately, so you're just sitting back like, I mean, I told you guys, like, and there's data on this, folks. We can reach back to some episodes where Prime predicted this shit. So this ain't on X. This is even on Morphin Metacast, to be fair to him. So
right. And did you see that article? Was it in Deadline where they released some of the Disney Power Ranger thing? Like, what's the deal gonna look like? And it's like a big scroll to go. They're shoulder shrugging, going, "There's no news yet." Why the fuck are you wasting my motherfucking time?
Thank you. That's where we're at right now. Like, there is no new Power Rangers, so people are just scrambling for any morsel of news, which is sad in and of itself.
And I don't appreciate like the lashing out, because like these motherfuckers have really become that SpongeBob meme with Squidward looking at Patrick and SpongeBob running, having fun, and they just
Prime. When Cosmic Fury ended, that's where it started. To be fair,
I think when it started, when those first designs of the suits came out. And
everybody was Squidward looking out the window like, look at Kamen Rider and Super Sentai and Ultraman being happy.
And then what made me so fucking what tripped me out completely, bro, is that's when like the mega co started starting. They were like, y'all are just being mean. These suits are good, bro. Stop the cap.
Stop the cap. Nah, buddy.
Nah, dude.
When even the artists that do those fan made suits of what if suits make better Cosmic Fury suits than the actual creators of the show, I'm just saying, like, you fucked up somewhere.
And I feel so bad for the designer, because the designer who drew those initial pictures, like, they're a good artist, and the suits look good on paper. They even look kind of okay in that mobile fighting game.
Yeah.
But when you get people who
final
don't
product.
understand the medium, who don't really give a shit, and then also, to be fair, like, I'm trying to give a lot of motherfuckers the benefit of the doubt, even though they don't give me that. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, because like, this is at the point where Hasbro has completely like pulled the fuck out. And I'm pretty sure they weren't giving that much in terms of like funding, or in terms of just like real support. So I get that. I understand that. It's to some level. But like, what I don't get is you playing in my motherfucking face. You know what I'm saying?
Prime. Saban. Neil Saban era. Saban and Hasbro have been playing in our faces from day one, to be fair. Like,
which is true.
Saban played in our face in the ways that it was like, bro, read the fucking room, bro. This ain't the 90s. What are we doing here?
Right. And it's like, they keep trying to chase that, and it's like, it's so weird. Like, I feel like Power Rangers exist in like this weird nebulous space, and I feel so bad right now, because I say we're leaving Power Ranger discourse in 2024, but here we are.
But you remember that man before we went on from our last episode. See, and this is, I want people to understand this. Me and Prime don't do shit. It's the other people that started, and we just happen to see it.
Bro, we be minding our own goddamn business. Like, what the fuck? And like, how do we get pulled in shit? How do we get pulled in shit?
The most disingenuous shit that I saw. This is when, after we did the last episode, and then pretty much we were on break because of my wedding planning and all that stuff, right? So, Toku Collectibles, they dropped the Memorial Zyuranger buckler, right? And you remember this asshole was like, oh, so you're excited for the fucking Zyuranger belt, but I thought you guys said you hated MMPR, and all of us like, time out there, buddy.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is not Zyuranger.
Johnny Toei does not dick suck Zyuranger. They recognize Zyuranger, but it's not their bread and butter. We got to go back to that every day.
CJ, how many what's the line? Lightning Collection Power Morphers did Hasbro release? Count them.
3. The Tommy with the
if you want to count Tommy, it's 4. No, it's 4 then. So it was
Master Morpher Tommy.
It was the standard Morpher.
Standard
Master Morpher Tommy. Green and white Tommy. Pink Ranger Morpher. Yellow Ranger Morpher.
The movie Morphers. Yeah, the movie Morpher.
That's just basically regular fucking thing. And did they do a Red Ranger? Like,
they did blue, pink, and yellow.
See, that's that bullshit I be talking about, bro. That's that fucking bullshit. So
they did blue, pink, and yellow, and that's when they was like, we're not gonna do it anymore. And I'm like, but you didn't even finish out this. Okay, cool.
How many Power Morphers was that compared
6?
to how many Zyuranger bucklers have there been?
2 recently? If you count the 90s.
I said recently. I said,
okay, recent. One. Just one.
So shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck.
Oh, and we also getting the we also getting the Memorial the belt, the
something called the old bracer. It's not called the
old bracer. Yeah, the old bracer. Yeah, the old bracer. Yeah, they're giving us the old bracer.
The old bracer. Oh damn.
Yeah, Memorial old bracer. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. They do Car Ranger. I'm getting it. That's one Morpher that I always wanted. They're already doing what's the Jetman? Jetman got the fucking they're doing the Memorial bracer for that shit.
Didn't they just announce Live Man too?
Yeah. No, not Jetman, Live Man. Live Man, it's the Live Man one. My bad.
Right. And so did you see that? They're not just doing Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. They're not just doing Zyuranger. Other seasons are getting product made out. Do you see how easy that is?
Dude, when I saw the Jetman, I'm like, and that's it. Here's the sick part, folks. So I recently I went to a Ranger Stop and Pop in Atlanta a few weeks back. Fun times. It was supposed to have been its last year in Atlanta, but apparently on Sunday they made an announcement that somebody else bought Ranger Stop and Pop, so it's going to continue in Atlanta. I'm like, oh, cool. So
let me shut. Let me shut
no,
up.
no,
Let me
no,
take
hey, no. This is the show. Please,
No.
I want to hear this.
You know what? Nah. Let me. I can't be fighting multiple battles on multiple fronts. Let me just shut
Okay.
the fuck up.
Okay,
Let me just nod and go.
But
that's convenient.
yeah. It's the Karen and them are not involved, so I'm like, okay. That's a different story. That might be for another day, another episode.
Okay.
Okay. But anyways, a lot of the actors, somebody during the panel asked the actors would they ever come back to the show in any sort of capacity. And we can make our jokes and say, oh, the actors just won't work, yada yada yada, whatever. But all the actors have always been gung-ho and wanting to revisit their characters in some way. And I think we said it in the past. I think both of us have said it. Like, if you just did like a 10-year of like bring back the Lightspeed cast just for like a 45-minute special, that should actually go over pretty well.
Or if you don't want to do all that, like you can just do like a Power Ranger style superhero Tyson movie. We just get multiple different actors from multiple different seasons, and they can just team up and fight Schmarshmarg of the Bloom Line or whatever the fuck y'all gonna name the character.
Make up some shit. I don't care.
Right.
Fuck it. Go for it.
Like, and like it really fundamentally goes like why a lot of times I get like so angry and frustrated because like you have literally like the blueprint and like the shit handed on you in a silver platter, and it's like your apathy towards it is so appalling. It's so disgusting, and it's just it's infuriating. Like when they announced those Tommy Funko Pops, right?
Yeah,
and you saw how mad I get, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, that's understandable. I mean, look, I don't get mad. I just sit back and I'm like, sure, I guess. Like that's the only answer I can really give for shit. And like it's like, all right, whatever.
And like, look, and it's like, cause you know their split wasn't amicable. Cause like this would piss me off. Like all these like corporate bootlickers going, oh well, JDF didn't come back. He chose to walk away. Like we seen the interviews, we seen statements. Like again, we weren't not in those rooms, so we can't say what happened.
But if per se. JDF like, talking about it,
JDF, and if you seen those interviews, like why would he step away from Power Rangers to then go and do Power Rangers with blackjack and hookers? Like, let's put our fucking thinking caps on for a second.
This is the guy that literally, it's like, okay, I'm gonna be. This might be a wild thing to say. I think JDF had whatever you feel. I think he saw what could be for this franchise, and he got a lot of pushback from not only Saban, he probably got pushback from like probably Disney on endeavors, and like probably even Neil Saban that era is like he probably got pushback.
It's like documented. Like he talked about a lot about how he had to like fight for certain things to get done or made in the Hasbro era, or had the many meetings he had, and like they wanted to do some just regular old morpher, and he's like, nah, you want to make money, you do the master morpher. Like he had to do shit like that. And I take that back. So maybe they didn't do the Green Ranger, White Ranger, Tommy Morphin. Maybe I'm thinking about the
You're thinking Bandai, the Bandai one.
I'm thinking about Bandai because
Bandai era had the green and white one.
No way. Because didn't they do a Tommy one? Because I'm thinking about the interview that JDF did. Because I think that's right around they wanted to do a White Ranger movie morpher. Yeah. And I think he shot that down and said instead of doing that, do the Master Morpher. Or was it they wanted to do the Green Ranger or a White Ranger morpher, and he said do the Master Morpher instead.
Okay, so I'm looking at it. So they did, the regular morpher, then the movie yellow, movie pink, the master morpher, and the movie white tiger.
Okay, so they did the movie White Tiger. Okay, so it was like, they wanted. I think that's what he said in the interview. I'm going from memory because I think he said they wanted to do the green/White Ranger morpher, and he pushed back and said you should do the master morpher instead. But anyway. He had well documented there was like friction, there was beef from that shit, right? And they really acted like they did not want him involved in the brand at all. But like the second they want money or to cash in on his goodwill and his image, they will make a fucking Tommy Funko Pop set, or they'll release the fucking Master Morpher, or they'll release like remastered version of his
case of emergency thing. It's like Tommy.
And it's like it's so fucking infuriating. Like he had it's very fucking frustrating. And then to see people like defend it and go, oh well, he walked away with his free choice and free will. Did he though? this motherfucker who was that dedicated to his fan base, this motherfucker that was that dedicated to the IP. Because I wouldn't see Austin St. John trying to get like Soul of the Dragon made or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you mean to tell me this dude just chose to walk away to go do Teemo version Power Rangers? Are we
which
right now?
Which is still in development in hell, but that's a different story altogether on that shit.
Which also still somehow has more merchandise than Cosmic Fury. What the fuck are we doing here?
So that's why I said I felt like he saw the vision of what, and I think a lot of it probably did play into him low key seeing what they're doing on the Super Sentai and Kamen Rider side, probably. Like he probably saw that shit possibly and was like.
And you can also joke all day like, oh, well, it's the only prospect he had. Well, who gives a shit? Like other actors have like latched on and done things for like lesser franchises. Like, come on now.
Johnny Yambosh can ride Ichigo till the wheels fall off, and we'll all line up every convention to see him. If he ever went in that direction, I'd be like, I don't blame him. This Ichigo is bleached. The fuck you want him to do? Of course.
Hell no. I'd be that one nigga in the line going, Ultraman Blazar! Ultraman Blazar!
It's like tackle this dork over here. Nobody wants Ultraman. Johnny saves you like, hey, people. They're all equal here.
You point me in the crowd. I'll sign that Blazar Stone, son.
Like, thanks, me Green.
Thanks, Green Turbo Ranger.
That's Adam Park to you, sir. Oh my god. But nah, it's just when I saw that dude say that, I was just sitting back like, do you not understand? Like, our beef with just MMPR only is just basically like, yo, you're stifling your brand.
Right. And then what kills me is like they think like homages are like gotchas. So Toei just announced that Kamen Rider Zeets.
Oh, I got the picture for that. That shit look fire.
So they announced that it's gonna come out in September, I believe. And it's gonna be it's the next Kamen Rider series. Mm-hmm. It's going to be simulcast in multiple regions across the world.
I'm loving it. Right.
And like they finally taken half a page out of Supro because it's not going to be completely global because there's some territories missing. Now, to be fair, they did say that those other territories like the UK are coming. I'm sorry, I take it back. They didn't say that. They just said with more territories to come.
Okay.
Which is kind of frustrating a little bit because like there's no licensing deals, to be had with that. It's like it's just you just clicking a button and saying this is now available in this region. I'm trying to think what would be preventing them from just having that shit be accessible worldwide on the Tokusatsu world, Twitter. I mean, YouTube.
Because
but like
you said, Supro operates differently, so it must be some Toei. I want people to understand is like before you continue, like people don't understand it. Like Toei with Super Sentai, the licensing is just so out of whack because they only do it by series. They do it by series.
They don't do it by brand. They do it by individual show. Like you have to license out that one show. Like you don't get Super Sentai, you don't get Kamen Rider. I get V3, you get 01, you get Black, get Black RX. That's how they break this.
So it ain't the Ultraman thing where it's like one size fits all. You're getting everything. It's like no, it's the individuals, which that kind of makes sense because then you're empowering the individual shows as this big entity, which I think
I don't know. I can see two sides of that. Yeah. Like I think one side of it is like to be fair, and I know some people are gonna clutch their pearls and fall on their shazes, but Tokusatsu is like a little feather in Toei's cap. Like a lot of their huge money is in licensing like anime, and that's how they traditionally license their anime out. Like they don't just do you get like this one block, you get this one block. No, they do. You get this individual show, you get this individual show, and it's that same model. So I understand that because like a lot of their bread and butter comes from like licensing those out or licensing out like their other dramas and shit. I think did you see that chart they did a while ago, or did I make this up? They did a chart that broke down like their worldwide revenue based on like their licensing deals, and like it's. But then also on that same side of that, bro, is like they haven't really tried to push the tokusatsu that much. And I think, was it one of the producers or who's that guy who's supposed to be the person in charge of the Kamen Rider Global Initiative? He
Okay, I
had an
have it
interview.
now.
He
So
had
they
an
made.
interview.
Okay, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah, he had an interview where he came out and said things like, to them, like tokusatsu, the live action stuff is a little harder to get across than the animated because of I think to boil it down, I'm paraphrasing him, but it's like due to cultural differences. Like it's easier to sell something in animated than it is to sell. And I think the example that he used is that a lot of the monsters in like Sentai and Rider are based a lot in like Japanese folklore mythology, like, you know, shit like yokai versus like in traditional like Western or American superhero shit. So, and again, I'm paraphrasing that, man. If you can pull that interview up or find an interview, man, please like correct me and check my math behind that. So like I'm saying all that to say that it's not as simple as we would think or we would hope it to be. But also, like I always say, like Toei isn't helping it, and they also aren't hurting it. Toei is just kind of like, it is what it is. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
They do enough to give the illusion of caring, but then there's other times where it's like, so you didn't care, did you? But you made money, so cool.
Now, what were you saying?
No, I think I have found it, but they said as of like last year. Hold on, I think it was okay. So Toei last year pulled in approximately 1.11 billion in revenue, and that was 2024. So that if you're making that much yearly, like over 1 billion yearly, then yeah, and the majority of that is your anime stuff. That makes sense. 1.11 billion. That's crazy.
A half a point would change anyway. So
yeah.
This is where we are. And so they announced the costume, and the costume is, you know, fairly reminiscent of Kamen Rider 1. Like, it's clearly a homage. Because this is the 7th Reiwa series.
Yeah, 7th.
Yeah, 7th Reiwa series. Yeah. And so then you got these fucking Power Ranger fanboys going, oh, so it's okay when Toei does Kamen Rider number 1 again. I mean, y'all don't complain about that. Y'all are hypocrites. Motherfucker. A homage and just straight up copying are two fucking different things.
Thank you.
Like, you have to be a complete asshole, or you have to be completely fucking stupid to equate one another. Like, having a writer who homages Kamen Rider 1, which somebody pointed out, by the way, that came free with all Kamen Riders, with Ichimonji being Kamen Rider number 2. Like, they all draw inspirations and elements from Kamen Rider number 1. That's the fucking point. They all
Kuga being a good example of that shit. Like
fucking Kuga, fucking Double, fucking Gachard, fucking Geets. They all, even fucking, somebody said, I think it was Herb. He said, even the show airing right now, where the niggas are based on gummy bears, chocolate, and fucking pudding, they all still have bug eyes because they're homaging Kamen Rider number 1, where the shit came from. That's okay. That's fine. That's allowed, because those designs stand on their own. They're easily recognizable on their own. And it's kind of, most of the time, like, it's a if you know type of thing, right? And then versus Hasbro, who what they do, just slap MMPR on it. Just slap MMPR on it. Like, how many fucking, just in the fucking comic book alone, how many fucking suits there are that's just the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger suits?
And I think that's ultimately where the fandom is right now. It's they're feeling some way, at least that segment is feeling some way, that Power Rangers is dead in the water, and they're in denial, essentially. Because I'm gonna keep it real. Hollywood and the entertainment industry see Power Rangers as a fucking joke.
They do not give a fuck.
And it sucks because it's the most unwarranted shit ever, because you're dismissing it off as a kid's show because they're in spandex.
And you know what?
It's weird that they have that attitude about it. That's the crazy part to me.
I don't want to say to be fair, but just like to call a spade, like, Power Rangers did a lot of that image work to itself. Like, that's Power Rangers itself is one of the reasons why Power Rangers is seen as a fucking joke. And they just or people doing like really terrible bad joke dubs of Godzilla. So like I know me and you and most of the people listening to this shit. Notice that I said most of the people listening to this shit.
Yeah.
We all love this. We all love Toku. Like otherwise,
yeah, we love it. Yeah.
But for the majority, I need a lot of you motherfuckers to understand. It has a bad rap from really bad Godzilla dubs, and Power Rangers itself not for a lot of the time not taking the craft seriously, or being seen as of low quality, when a lot of us know there are actually a lot of really good seasons of Power Rangers.
Yeah.
It's just for whatever reason just has this stigma on it where it's just like goo goo gaga kitty baby shit. And so a lot of people aren't going to take it serious as a lot of us will. And so it just has this funk on it that it has to shake. I don't know, somehow, some way. Doing that shit, that Power / Ranger shit, that's not the way either. But hopefully, a lot of this like global outreach and stretching that Subaraya and Toei are doing, hopefully some of that can like get some of the funk off the genre, the medium.
Yeah, you know what? Okay, I'll say this, and to your point, and I'm seeing it right now with the new Superman movie that's out, which, by the way, great movie. Go see it. It's
going Friday.
It's dope. But like, one thing I peeped with some of the critics that are feeling some way about the Superman movie is that I feel also a bit of the Power Ranger stuff, and this ties into Superman, is the cynical nature of media in certain instances, where it's like the critics about Superman are like, "Oh man, Superman's too happy, too nice," and I'm like, "But that's Superman."
Weren't y'all just fucking complaining about Snyder being too serious? Like, what? Make up your fucking mind.
So it's like when they see Power Rangers is just very just nice, optimistic. It can be serious when it wants, but like at the end of the day, there's a joy to it, right? And you see that on the Super Sentai and Kamen Rider side, there's a joy to it, and it's just this like, yo, this is what we are. Deal with it. And Hollywood doesn't like that because it's like, this is different than what we're used to. And
yeah, all that, like you said, all that cynicism, like there's no sincerity, like there has to be like this this unabashed, like that tongue-in-cheek, or that like, that fucking Marvel humor I kind of hate, where it's like nothing can be serious, like, oh, what's your name? Oh, Dr. Octavius. Like shit like that. All that fucking cynicism and shit. Like I hate that shit, bro.
It's like just give me Flash season 1 levels of fun. Like,
right, like you can have a balance. You can have the serious moments, you can have the fucking lighthearted fun. Like that's one of the reasons that I like comic books, because they can exist in that area where they can flip-flop between being like melodrama or being like serious or being lighthearted and fun. Like it just depends on the scale and the scope of the story that you're telling. Even within the same story,
bro,
it's just like it's part of the fun of it.
I mean, 1 minute Sam Wilson is out there kicking ass, taking names, and then next minute he's Wolf Captain America because magic reasons. It's like, all right, let's see where this goes. Like,
right, it's the whole like Star Trek thing. Like one episode you doing like the fucking Dominion War, the next episode y'all playing baseball. It's okay, it's fine, it's cool.
Learning life lessons along the way.
Having a poetry class. Going back in time, reading poetry. Things like that.
Or you could be Cisco and become a god, because
and abandon your kid. See kids. Going to get some milk and cigarettes. I'll be back.
Be back. Deuce.
And so back to Power Ranger fans. Again, I really hate dunking on them, because how can you take from people who have so little?
That's really what it is. They're the person that we eating because we can move beyond Power Rangers and just see all the crazy shit that's happening and stuff. I mean,
right. I just feel like at some point, I was talking to my boy Alex, I think that we need a word stronger than delusional, because these motherfuckers do not exist in the world that we live in, bro.
I mean, look. Prime, how can these people be so grumpy when people realize we had a trilogy of Gridman anime that came out? Like, I mean, like, come on. Like,
there's
good things here.
Good things to be had. That Red Ranger Isekai was pretty decent.
Yeah. I mean, we're infiltrating here. Like it's happening, folks. Just be happy that we're getting this, and just nobody knows how to be happy. I mean,
right. And I mean, what can you say? What like I'm at the point now, bro, where I'm kind of getting tired of like arguing with these racists online, bro. One of my boys came was like, you know what? I don't even read what they say anymore. I just block. Like I can't entertain these people anymore. And I'm like,
just gonna say this. So I'm gonna be real. In the year of our Lord 2025, and I know you're not reading this book, Prime, so just roll with me on this. VR Troopers is back in pop culture because of a comic. Like, it is. I mean, I've read the first issue. It's actually not too bad. I'm curious on where they're going with it, but like, I didn't have that on my bingo card, despite that free comic book day, issue that I read, and I was like, all right, but I'm like, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I'm glad VR Troopers is back in comic book form, and I'm really wanting to see what they do with this, because that's a show that I felt like it could have been something complimentary to Power Rangers, and it's just a shame it only got what 3 seasons, 4 seasons,
2 seasons,
2 seasons. My bad. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy that that's happening, and I'm like, all right, VR Troopers is back in the zeitgeist now. Cool.
Speaking of things that could have been possibly on the same level of Power Rangers, we got to give a quick in memorial for our boy TJ Roberts.
Oh yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah, he passed away apparently in 2022, the same year that JDF left, and we didn't find out about it because he didn't have a social media presence, and he seemed to be a very private person. And
yeah.
Somebody just happened to find it on his dad's Facebook back in 2024.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, that he had passed away, and it was just confirmed by one of his co-stars. She posted the chick who played Libby.
Yeah.
She posted on her Instagram. She went and confirmed that yes, Ted's no longer with us. So RIP to a goat.
Yeah, man.
And like, I hear a lot of people go, "Oh, so now you like Masked Rider?" Like, if you listen to whenever I talk about Masked Rider, I never say anything fucking negative about. I've never said anything.
Funny enough, none of the actors I had beef with, I really didn't.
I never had, and I think I even said in our episode, like one thing I really appreciate about Homeboy is that I thought he did really great ADR work. Like I love the fact that he really like was acting with his voice and he committed to the bit.
He knew the assignment. Assignment.
It's just like the work they gave him wasn't that good, but like he gave it 100%, and so I really appreciate him introducing us to Masked Rider, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't know what the fuck Kamen Rider was. Because like seeing him in Power Rangers led me to looking up like what's this shit, and then got to me to being a Kamen Rider fan. So
him dying, that I think that really hit a lot of folks, because it's like, I think being in fandom, and you know this, like, it's whether it's you're a fan of comic book writers or artists and stuff, and celebs, period, you always sit there and say, oh, maybe one day we get to meet this person and stuff, and then when they die, it's like, damn, I wish I met that person. He was actually one of the actors that I was like, yo, I really want to see him at like Power Morphicon or something. And I think to your point, like, it seemed like he was just private,
right?
So,
like, I would have loved to seen him come back until again. I know I'm probably sounding like I'm beating a dead horse, but I would totally be down for an American version of a superhero Tyson movie. And I would have loved to have seen him in it, but sadly, that's not to be.
Yeah. But I mean, him dying that same year as JDF, that really is like, damn.
Like, yeah, we lost 2 goats. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, I know, right?
And I'm kind of, and I understand the family being piracy, but like I would, if we had known, we would have done something, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think that's.
I mean, we still can. Well, you know what? We still can do something. Let's talk after the show.
Yeah. I mean, but so it's like for me, like when I heard that, I was just like, all right, man, this is, whew, man. Side note, I watched that shit on HBO, the Dark Side of Power Rangers.
Oh, I keep forgetting that shit is out. Like, what is your perspective on that, dude?
Okay. If you're in Ranger fandom, there were certain things that we already knew, right? In terms of shit that happened on the show, especially when you
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is determined if I watch this or not. Do they mention or bring up the sexual harassment?
Vaguely.
Okay.
Because like, so there was I guess apparently in MMPR, season 1, Mighty Morphin, the pilot that they had filmed, the original Yellow Ranger before they got Tree, she was talking about a situation that happened. Now, when the Rangers are fighting in the desert, right after they meet Zordon the first time, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a stunt that went wrong and somebody died.
Oh, what?
It was a putty patroller, and the putty died. And what was fucked up is that the person died, and they literally was like, "Yo, we got to film this scene," and they put the body off to the side, and the other person wore the fucking putty patrol costume, and they kept filming the pilot.
What?
And I'm like, get the fuck out of here! I did not know about that.
That is news to me, my guy.
Bro, man, like, and they do, like I said, the stuff with JDF, I will admit that they do kind of go a little bit in detail, and they also go into Ricardo Medina's shit with the sword situation.
Mm-hmm.
And there's definitely some stuff that I didn't know, which provides greater context on why that shit was more serious than what we thought it was. So I would say, yes, watch it, because I'm curious to know your thoughts. But it's man, just yeah. And even the stuff with JDF, like I said, with like his depression and all that, it's like, oh wow, like we kind of sort of heard that during that whole part, when he died and everything was starting to come out, and obviously the shit with his kids and wife, messy on social media and shit. But like, it's interesting. I'll just say it like that. I don't, past that, your miles are going to vary depending on how much you really are going to be like entertained by it. So.
Right, because we're inside baseball, so like,
yeah,
we know a little more than the average bear.
Yeah, way more than we should know.
I mean, stuff that I wish I did know.
Hey, shout out to the actors from VR Troopers, Sarah Brown, what's his face to play Ryan, and JB. They actually appeared for the first time at a convention together.
Word.
Yes.
Where?
California. It was in California. I want to say it was like Pasadena Comic-Con, I believe. It was a one-day only thing. Like,
oh damn.
Yeah, they got together and everything. And if you listened to our episode before, I talked at length about how Sarah Brown was letting the chopper fly on the sexual harassment shit that was happening. Right. So, like, her being there was a big deal, considering she don't hate the fandom. It's just that experience just kind of put her in a headspace that is very understandable why she never wanted to really do that. Makes sense. And I think I'm thankful that the fandom at large actually were adults about it and understood it. I was very shocked that the fandom didn't like heel turn on her out the blue, like, whoa, chill. Like,
right.
So
now I wonder if we can get those Beetleborg kids back together for
funny enough, they said next year, Power MorphinCon, they're gonna try because it's the anniversary of Beetleborgs. I think it's like 30. I think it's 30th anniversary, I believe.
Your boy Herbie be wilding out on Instagram, so maybe.
Oh, he does?
I mean, not in the bad. That's not in the bad way. He just be mad posting shit.
I need to follow him then. Damn, how the hell am I not following that guy?
That man be living it up with his him and his wife.
Dude, look, that's why I'm like, they have to bring the cast back for Beetleborgs in some way, shape, or form, because that would be fucking dope if they can get those kids back, because that was an underrated series. I would give them credit for that.
Them old ass people now, bro.
Forgot I'm 41 years old. Yeah, they old as fuck.
They old as fuck, bro. They about our age.
They are our age now. It's like, not a fucking kid anymore, man. Got a wife. Got a mortgage.
I'm pretty sure they got grandkids now. What the fuck you talking about?
Shit. Man, hey, look. Yeah.
We're old, CJ.
Bro, look, man. You live long enough to see the Beetleborgs kids. That Power Morphin God, that's how you know you're old. I'm like, fuck.
Man, listen. Sometimes I think we've lived too long, CJ.
Speaking of which, that Kamen Rider Z suit is fire.
You know, I'm liking it. I'm digging it. I'm not in love with it. Like, I don't know. It's something about it that's keeping me from like.
Is it the tracksuit design? I guess
no, because that's kind of the design philosophy we're doing now. Because that's kind of how 01 looked. That's kind of a little bit how Gav looks underneath without the gummy chest piece on.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not even the belt thing. People are like, oh, because he wears the belt as a chest strap. No, I don't give a fuck. Who cares?
It's unique.
Yeah, it's unique. It's instantly recognizable what he is and what he's supposed to be. I do like his bike though. That bike looks fucking dope.
I mean,
I will be buying that when it comes out as a figure art.
In our history of Kamen Riders, has there been a bike that hasn't been like hot?
Revice's bike sucks ass.
Fuck. All right. Well, that's fair.
I
kind of like it, so that's why I can't necessarily say I hate it.
I'm going to say whatever that hovercraft shit they're supposed to do that they use like what 3 times, I think. Was it 3 times?
It was 3. It's 3. 4 if you count the movie.
4 if you count the movie. Okay.
Yeah, 4 if you count the movie. Yeah, 4 if you count the movie. But yeah, hey, look, I'm digging it. In fact, this looks like somebody's. I think it was one of the Toku cosplayers that I follow. He was like, "This might be the easiest Kamen Rider to be able to cosplay."
I don't know, man. I think Ichigo and Nigo, they're pretty fucking easy.
I mean, fair, yeah, especially with Shin Kamen Rider and stuff.
Right, you just get you a tracksuit and a trench coat. You all good, bro.
Did it? It's like, well, I know who you are now. Great.
Right.
Oh man. So hold up. Is Shin Kamen Rider out on Blu-ray?
No, it is not. It is not.
Okay.
Now our homeboys at Base Discotheque, I think they're doing the final pressing on the Kamen Rider, the first and the next dual box set.
Ooh, shit.
And that should be shipping out in September. I don't know if pre-orders are still available because the exclusive version is only going to be on their web store site. Storefront on their website for the time being. And I'm pretty sure they're going to also do kind of what they did for the Trilogy edition, where they do like a collector's edition, then do a standard edition. But if you can get the collector's edition now, that's also going to include the Kamen Rider World mini movie as a bonus feature.
Yeah. Did we talk about Kamen Rider X getting the complete series?
I think we did. It's coming out at the end of this month. And I think Soul Brain.
Yeah, Soul Brain.
Yeah, that's coming out too.
Yeah, man. Keep saying it, man. These things are worth it.
Go ahead and get them. I mean, I still got to get my setup. I do got to do a
I got my V3.
Right, we got to do our band for band on Twitter.
Yeah, we really do.
We got to do our band for band. And Ultraman Omega premiered last Friday. Have you watched it, sir?
No, I have not. I probably will watch it though. What is your thoughts on it?
So I think the show is daring to ask this bold question: what if Ultra 7 was an amnesiac bum? And so far, I'm digging it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. It's a really intriguing first episode.
That's a word.
Hey! You'll get what I mean when you watch the show.
All right. Hey, if it is, then you know what? I'll be like, well, Prime was right. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, it has a really strong opening. It's a really strong hook, and just like watching the like opening action sequence, it just really reminded me of like how much of masters of the craft that Subaraya Productions are. of what they're able to accomplish on the time frame, budget that they normally get.
Mm-hmm.
And just like, can you I'm so fucking jealous that kids in Japan get to watch this shit, get to grow up on this shit, and then go on to be filmmakers and shit. Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
We need more Guillermo del Toros in this country.
Bro. And again, maybe I approach or think about this a little bit differently because I used to watch a lot of the Sid Minecraft, those shits like the Land of the Lost and Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
And I
mean,
loved all that shit.
Look, Prime. You're looking at a guy that I love the concept of Thunderbirds, Argo, and just everything about that. So I love it. Like, come on.
Right. So like, I don't know. Maybe I think a little bit differently, but like, we need more shit like that to spark kind of imagination. Like, not everything can be like nothing. And again, nothing is wrong with animation. I don't want to sound like back in my day. Nothing's wrong with animation, but I think children also need live action children shows as well.
I mean, look, you know, I think you've said it best. Like some of the stuff that Nickelodeon was doing as sort of like live American Toku-esque type stuff.
Like we crack jokes.
Oh, go ahead.
I was say we crack jokes all day, every day about shit like Henry Danger and Super Ninjas, but those shows are important.
Yeah, they're very important. I own the fucking DVD of Tattoo Teenage Alien Fighters from Beverly Hills, right? Me and Prime podcasted on it. We said our highs and lows of that show. But in the grand scheme, it's like you kind of needed a show like that because you knew somebody was gonna fucking try.
And also,
you knew it.
Also, you know for a fact that show, there's somebody out there that's their ride or die. Like they will fucking down the hill for that show. And I think that is so fucking cool.
Yeah, and I mean, because it's like if you're a Toku fan, you watch that show in amazement, like, all right, this is the thing that happened.
Right. Cool. Well, that happened.
But again, it's part of that just imagination. That's why I say I loved how like the corridor crew actually did an episode where they touched on like Ultraman Blazar and just the way in which they filmed those stuff. And that was like, oh my God, like it's starting to permeate itself a little bit in the pop culture zeitgeist. All right, cool. Because people can actually see how the shit gets made and just amazed that they're able to just do that.
Right. And it's so frustrating sometimes because, you know, me and you were in like the cinema side of Twitter a lot.
Yeah.
To see people like complain about CGI and special effects. And it's like everything you're complaining about. Like they're over there doing that shit on 30-minute children's television shows. Like go and see some of the camera techniques, some of the practical shit they do over there. Like, come on, bro.
At that point, you just gotta use your imagination. I think we both echoed it. And I think we've said as much. I think whenever we talk about Ultraman in any capacity, we just sit back and still amazed, like, holy shit, they actually are still doing the guy in the suit on a set of buildings, and they just do it, and it's like, fuck, this shit still works.
You gotta see this sequence in Omega. Like,
all right.
You just gotta again, like it amazes me every time. Like, is it like, oh, they spent $10 billion in the shot? No. But it gets kind of the same effect. And a lot of that is even done in shit like Taiga, which we're here to talk about today. You like that transition?
Yes, good transition.
We got there. So Ultraman Taiga is the first Reiwa Ultraman that aired in, I want to say 2019.
Hold up.
Is that right?
Hold up. Oh, because I had a tab up. Yes, first of the Reiwa series in 2000 and just started 2019.
Yes,
2019. Yeah, first.
Right. And so it's the 7th new generation Ultraman show, right?
29th entry.
Hold on, because I'm staring at my shelf. So hold on, that's Genga, X, or Geed, Rue. Yeah, okay. Yeah. 7.
Thank God for numbering. Thank God.
Right. And so, like, it's a first in a lot of different ways. It's not. So the show is about a team of Ultramen called the Tri Squad, and the title character Ultraman Taiga is the son of Ultraman Taro, Ultraman number 6.
Which in and of itself, okay. So we've talked about previous Ultraman shows and the idea of continuity, right? And how it's very fast and loose. Because if you're talking in linear terms, it's weird. Like, so Taro just had a kid after how many years?
Well, to be fair, like Ultraman Taro came out in
that was like the 60s, late 60s, going to 70s.
Ultraman Taro, where are you at, Taro? Yes, 73.
73. Yeah, 73.
And also, Ultraman, it's the multiverse thing where there are multiple different parallel Earths, and they can travel the multiverse. And maybe time does not work the same way for them as it does for us.
Fair. That is fair. That makes perfect sense.
So, but I will say this though, what is with them not telling us who the moms are? Like, what is going on here?
Prime. As folks know, as much as the Toku shows do show strong, empowered women, there are times they sit there and throw the backhand at the women and say, "No, we're not going to recognize these women."
I was like, the only mom that we know is the only mom we know confirmed is Mari, right?
Yeah,
Mother of Ultra.
Yeah,
like,
Mother of
Ultra.
We don't
know? How come we don't know the rest of the? Isn't that? Are they what nights? Are they?
Taro, are you just putting babies in random women and that's it? Is that what we're doing?
You just slanging dick like that, bro?
That what we're doing right now? Like,
I mean, I know you horny, Taro, but goddamn. Hey.
Speaking of which, Prime. I think what got my attention with Taiga this show is one Ultraman Titus.
You mean tight ass?
Tight ass, as they say. Because when I saw the video of this man flexing bullets off his ass, I was like, what is this show? And why am I not watching this?
Fucking sensational. So Ultraman Taiga is about the Tri Squad. These 3 Ultraman teams consisting of Ultraman Taiga, Taro's son, Ultraman Titus or Titas from planet U40, which is the same planet that Ultraman Jonas from The Ultraman is from.
Yep.
And Ultraman Fuma from planet 050, which is the planet where Ultraman Orb got his powers from.
A lot of continuity here, folks.
Right. So, as Ultraman does, like, I think whenever people talk about how they want like Power Rangers or shit to have continuity, I'm like, everything that y'all say y'all want from different shows, Ultraman is doing and has been doing for like hella years.
Day one.
From day one. You ain't lying. You are not lying. Absolutely. Back when the fucking title changed over from Ultra Q to Ultraman, you ain't lying.
That's it. That's all you need to know. It's like, all right, cool.
You ain't lying. They've been doing that shit forever. And so they were caught up in a battle with an evil Ultraman called Ultraman Taiga, who used to be best friends with Taro. So he whoops their ass, and they get knocked out and turn into particles of life and travel to Earth, where aliens have been living in secret. And they merge with a boy named Hiroyuki, who was trying to protect the baby monster. And so
the Tri Squad are pretty much like Jedi ghosts to him as he's growing up, and they're raising him.
Right. And the aliens, and so on this planet, aliens have been living on Earth in secret for like many years, but only like a couple of people know about it. And Hiroyuki grows up to work for a private security firm called Aegis, which stands for Enterprise of Guard and
Investigation services.
Thank you. So
private security, basically.
So yeah, instead of like a monster hunting defense team, he's working for the fucking Black Rock of the Ultraman universe.
NCIS Ultraman edition.
Yeah.
That'd be a great show, wouldn't it? Just like you just get the group that helps Ultraman have their own show where it's just them doing stuff with Ultraman. No Ultraman in the show, just them on some NCIS shit.
To be fair, that's like the Ultra Q shows, bro.
Okay, fair. You're right. I think we did say as much when we talked about Ultra Q, which, by the way, great episode. Listen to that. But yeah, this private investigator squad is very much interesting. Actually, I actually like them.
Yeah, they have a really good dynamic. So you got was it Homura? He's an alien who we never see his alien form. I just assume that's just what the motherfucker looks like then, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just we know he's an alien because he can endure punches to the chest that regular humans can't take. So
right, and he has he can jump really fast.
Yeah,
all types of shit. And then we got homegirl. Is it Puripika?
Yeah, Parika.
Well, I say Parika. Yeah, who is like their girl in the chair who runs all the tech shit. And
and she's an android.
Which, by the way, bro, did that shit? When I saw that twist, bro, I had to go back and did I miss something? Did I miss
see, I thought I was the only one that was actually thinking the same thing because I'm like, did I miss a giveaway that she was an android the whole time?
Right, I was going back, flipping through episodes, going, there's no way you're gonna drop this bomb in the last couple of episodes.
I thought it might have been an episode where it's like, is there a straight wire hanging out of her? Something like that. Or some
and it's
dumb shit.
the most I could find, or the most that I could see, is there was an episode where everyone was eating noodles and she wasn't eating. And then going back, I was trying to think, have I ever seen her eat? And I was trying to go back and think and look, but I couldn't.
Maybe that episode she just wasn't hungry.
Right. Maybe she just wasn't hungry. And I was like, So anyway, she was sent to Earth 7 years before the show started, and she was found and taken in by Captain Badass Lady Kana Sasaki, who's the captain. Kana. Why am I mispronouncing these folks' names?
I just call her the badass mom of the group.
Right. Badass captain. She is that bitch.
Oh yeah, she is.
Come on. She used to work for the
Carter Grayson would be blushing. Yeah.
Bro.
Actually, she used to be a police officer for their sort of internal affairs division, and then she ends up establishing the Aegis, basically.
Yeah, she went to get their private sector money.
As you do.
As you do. And so that's our crew, and they the show really a lot focuses on the interactions between Taiga and Hiromi. Oh, fuck, why can I not pronounce names today? Hiroyuki and him interacting with the team and dealing with the changing status quo on Earth, because the secret about aliens isn't being too secret for too long.
Yeah.
And the changing landscape about that. And meanwhile, Tregear is running around like goddamn trolling, trying to trigger a killing joke instance for Taiga and Hiroyuki.
So let's talk about this with Taiga, the titular Ultraman. As with anything Toku, you got to sell toys to the kids, and Taiga's whole Morpher and all that stuff, love it. We're selling toys with that, but that's not the only thing. He has a key holder that has keys for all the other Ultramen that he can switch into. Tight ass Fuma.
So when they were fighting Tregear, the other new generation Ultraman surrendered their powers to them and turned them into those little keys for the bracelet.
Yeah. And on top of that, Traeger also kind of in a weird way tricks Taiga into also using a lot of the rings from the enemies that they can acquire over the course of the show in a way to corrupt him essentially.
Yeah, like I said, trying to give him this Killing Joke moment.
Yeah, so basically, anytime he uses the monster's powers, it kind of corrupts him little by little, essentially, on some like Anakin, he's about to turn evil shit, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, Killing Joke, essentially, that kind of shit. But and like I said, it's dope that they're using monsters. But okay, let me ask you this, Brian. Are you kind of disappointed that they didn't like have any of Taro's like villains like pop up in some variation in this show?
To be honest, not as much as it's really like, because man, who would pop up? Like what standout monster besides like Birdon or like what's the one that damn, what was the monster that fought for that episode where all the Ultra Bro? Hold on, what the fuck? Where's my damn?
Get your booklet.
Right, let me get my damn booklet. I'm trying to think like who would you want to see back?
I don't know. I mean, because to me, I think that because I remember I was kind of in researching, kind of seeing people's assessment of Taiga, on online in the Toku fandom on Twitter and such. I saw a couple people bring up like the aspect of, yeah, I love Taiga, but it would have been nice to see like maybe a couple of Taro's, somebody from monsters that he's fought pop up in the show, essentially.
I mean,
which I get, but
sure. I mean, other than Birdon, like I'm trying to think who would I want to see. Maybe Bimstar, but Bimstar always pops the fuck up.
I mean, Death Taxes and him showing up, so I mean,
right. I mean, we got. I don't know. He didn't fight a Valky. No, Valky didn't pop up, right?
Nah.
Which was it that monster trio? He was that episode where Homero was with the group that was trying to resurrect. They were living in an apartment building. That would have been a good place for a Valky to show up.
Okay, that's fair.
But then that would have been kind of copying off that shit from, what was that? Was that Orb or was that Rube? Where they had like the 3 goofy ass monsters?
I think that was Orb.
That was Orb?
It might have been Orb.
Yeah, it was Orb. That was Orb with the Valky.
Yeah.
That's right. So never mind. That was them just repeating what Orb had just did. So see, I think that's one positive thing with Ultraman is that it has this shared continuity.
Yeah.
But then also it's kind of a negative, as you said, because sometimes you might like they just did this homage, so we can't do it over here.
Yeah. What do you think of a Taiga suit in I guess in totality? Is it one of your favorite suits, or is it just kind of like you like it, but there's other? Better?
It's not one of my favorite. I mean, I don't think it's a bad suit. It's not one of my favorites. I think it's fine. I mean, I like Titus more.
I mean, who doesn't? Come on. That's like a cheat.
I mean, that boy is on Spo.
That's buff.
And I mean, like, so is it just me? Like when I was watching the show, man, as much as the show like gave lip service to them being the Tri Squad, I'm like, it really is Taiga's show.
It really is, because it's like that emphasis on it is just it could have been a little bit more.
And notice how we have not said a goddamn thing about Fuma.
He's a ninja, Prime.
He's got the orb forehead.
It's great, right?
Right. And it's like a lot of times I'm like, so why did they do the 3 dudes? Because a lot of the times it really felt like they were just form changes anyway. Maybe they were just doing something different. This is fine. Like again, I like Titus and I like Taiga.
I mean, if we're talking trios and Toku, I think Kiva's trio, Kamen Rider Kiva, had more interactions as a trio than what this trio does.
Oh, bro, that fucking flashback when they went on that damn date. Or the fucking training sessions they did with Taru.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. So like, I get why, because like I think one of the biggest themes of the show is like the strength of bonds.
Yeah.
And the strength of your friends. Like
Ties that bond.
Right, that's right. Because that's one of the reasons why Taiga was able to overcome Traeger trying to Joker him. Which I think is fine, but I wish that Fuma and Titus got a little bit more to do, and then just didn't seem like form change later on after Taiga got those 2 power-up forms.
Oh, yeah.
And again, like maybe spread the love, like maybe give them all the power-up form. Like what the fuck? And on top of that, a lot of what Trigger was doing when trolling, like I feel again, maybe he should have spread some of that love. But then on that same note, I'm thinking about a lot of the themes of the show. Traeger as a villain again isn't really like a traditional like villain.
I mean, the show makes it seem as though he's the villain, but
yeah, he's just like
it don't feel like it. It's like
because a lot of his shit that he was doing is like he was like specifically just doing shit like to fuck with Taiga.
Yeah.
And again, because he's a counterbalance to Taiga. So whereas Taiga and the Tri Squad, they represent like optimism and pushing forward and hope.
Yeah.
Traeger is a nihilist. He doesn't see a point in any of the shit.
Yeah.
And so right. He's also a scientist. And so he's really methodical, and he's like the shit that he's doing, he's just fucking with Taiga and being like, again, the counterbalance to Taiga's optimism.
Yep.
Which is fine. And so like, damn, where was I going with this? What was I talking about? I was talking about them not feeling like change forms, spreading some of the love. Trigger being a fucking dick.
As all dicks do.
And so like, I don't know, maybe this goes back to like, I really hate how short Ultraman seasons are now. Like 25 episodes, I mean, that's fine because you can get in and get out. But a lot of the times, like once the show starts to hit its groove, like I feel like, oh damn, now it's over.
I mean, do you okay, so that's a good point, because all right, recently TV shows that get made, a lot of people are digging the short-term nature of shows like Gundam. Recently, their episode count hits at what, 25 now at this point?
No, that shit, the most recent show that aired, G-Quux.
Yeah, G-Quux.
12 episodes, bro.
And a lot of people, including myself, feel like that's not enough episodes, because I think when you did the standard Gundam 50 episodes, it was enough to tell the full story, and you don't feel like there was a time crunch in it. And I think when I look at Ultraman, it's kind of the same thing, where it's like, okay, yes, we've seen instances of Ultraman shows with 25 episodes plus the movie worked in telling its overall narrative. But then you feel like maybe if it got like 35 episodes, it might be a little bit better for it.
Or maybe even 30 episodes. It's like
30. Yeah.
I just feel like once the show like gets its win, and once it finds its footing, its setting, once everyone's established, the setting is all set up. Once you get a feel for the characters, once you want to see them on different adventures, but by the time they get all that up and running and like we're good to go, we introduce all the toys. Now we're episode 25 and the show is ending.
And you get a movie to really bookend it, and then that's it. And you just hope for the next team up movie. They pop back up again, Right.
I'm like, is that not crazy? Is that not wild?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know whether that. I mean, if 25 is their mandate for Ultraman, I get it, because you can keep going and on. But it's just like, I don't know, guys, live a little. 30 episodes,
right? Maybe that's their greed in the Bible they talk about. But like, we can get a little more. I did see that like recently they were trying to get more from their sponsors to try to increase episode count. As a matter of fact, there's a really fucking funny joke in Omega
Mhm.
where some of those buildings in the background have signs that say your ad here.
That's actually pretty
It's
funny.
actually pretty fucking hilarious.
I mean,
I had to
yeah.
pause the episode. I was laughing my ass off.
So now I gotta watch after this.
Right. And so like I just wish like again like just a little bit more time to cook like because I'm looking at my shelf and I'm thinking about Ultraman Arc and I'm thinking about Blazar. Like by the time those shows got to like going and like getting really really into it, like it was over.
Yeah, nice for a good weekend watch.
right.
You know what messed me up? Like when I told you, hey, let's do Taiga, and I watched it already, but then I was like, let me watch it again. I was like, damn, I did knock this shit out pretty much in a day and a half. Just
right. Like I split it up. Like I had watched half of the show before I suggested it. Then I just split over to like 2 days. I was like, oh damn, that didn't take no time at all.
and it really does kind of hit you when you look at that because it's just like, man, maybe they should have longer. All right, but still, like
I'm glad the show was good because like I didn't feel like I was slogging through it, and it kind of made me feel really bad for Taiga because like a lot of people don't really talk about Taiga. Like Taiga came out, I think, right after they had announced the global push back in 2019.
Yeah,
and so the show wasn't simulcast, right?
Yeah.
And I think right then, I think some groups didn't pick it up. I think it did get subtitled, but like it wasn't like, hey, come get here to get it. Because they didn't want, I guess, piss off the Subro lawyer ninjas.
I mean, as you don't do.
As again, we can have a conversation about these dumb motherfuckers on the timeline. Things you don't do. And so they it didn't really feel like a lot of people like talked about Taiga. And they were just like waiting for Z to start because that was gonna be the simulcast show.
Yeah.
But like Taiga's actually pretty fucking fun. Like it captures a little bit of the energy that Taro had, where I think I talked about this before.
Yeah.
How Taro felt like a fairy tale. Like it felt more like a Taro felt more like an adventure or storybook kind of show based on how like the monsters, some of the stories they told, more like folklore.
Yeah.
And Taiga a lot felt like, if I say this, you won't understand it until you watch the episode or you like see the opening credits. But Taiga feels a lot comic booky, a lot of poppy.
Yeah.
But again, I mean that in the good way, because again, a lot of the things that it dealt with is the indomitable nature of the human spirit and like the connections and bonds that you make with the people in your life and how those things are important. Again, it's just that when you get when the show like actually gets to like going and really exploring those themes, you randomly get an Ultraman Zero episode where he drops the new toy for the week that's only used for like 2 episodes and then the show's done.
Hey
like,
kids, buy this for $19.99.
But the show is over now. Like, why the fuck do I need this fucking big ass bracelet? The fuck?
Gotta sell these toys Prime by hook or crook.
We gotta clear out Bandai. John Bandai is looking at us funny, man. We forgot to advertise the fucking the Zero Slicer. We gotta do something real quick.
I think Taiga's in the same boat, at least to me. Kind of like Kuga, where it's like you care enough about the show, but like people don't really talk about it in comparison to like the other like Kamen Rider shows.
What side of the internet are you on, bro? I'm constantly seeing Kuga glazing.
Okay, man, maybe I'm missing. My bad. Damn, I really didn't know the glazing was that hard on Kuga like that,
bro. As much as them niggas be posting that damn clip when he beat the fuck up with that porcupine monster.
Oh, that's. I mean, I didn't know they would. I really did not know they were glazing like that. That's
bro.
That's
I thought you knew, man.
I didn't know. I did shit. Damn, man, I feel stupid now. Like
who could be getting that rod slobbed, bro?
Is that the Kamen Riders MMPR?
Right. Well, you know what? Deserved though. Deserved.
Fair. Okay.
That's fair. It's fair.
That is fair. That is definitely fair.
He getting that cho sloppy.
Oh,
I regret nothing. I regret
look,
nothing.
you see me say anything? No, hey, that is. Um, but yeah, I think Tiger. Look, I have at the Blu-ray. I have the Blu-ray. I'm just saying, I think it's definitely worth actually getting. I mean, all these Ultramans are worth getting because they are for a good, affordable price, especially in this economy.
Did you see Deep Count DVD is having a sale?
Really?
Yeah. But my boy was like, one of my boys, my boy Alex, was like, why are they advertising the sale like this shit is ever for full price? Like the I got the Ultraman USA set like we were talking about before we started.
Yeah.
That shit just came. I think it was advertised for like $44.99 or some shit. I get
Yeah.
that shit for $18, bro. The motherfuckers never on full price. Let's be for real. Let's be so serious.
Hey, it's a good time in this Trump economy to get some Ultraman, for them tariffs.
Right, get you some taco Blu-rays real quick, y'all. Celebrate it.
Nah, man.
But
I
yeah,
love.
if you can get the DVDs, I mean, get the DVDs and Blu-rays.
Yeah, it's
support
worth it.
if you can.
Yeah.
And it's well worth the money. And again, they got to be selling because they're like pumping these shits out, bro. Like, there's no way.
Supro gonna be running out of like, damn, did we release all the Ultraman?
Because I'm like, if this shit wasn't selling, because there is no way in hell they will release Ultraman USA if this shit wasn't making money, bro.
Prime, when I saw Ultraman USA, I was like, first off, I vaguely remember that. And then I saw somebody do a history of it, and I was like, and they put this shit out on Blu-ray?
They put this shit out on Blu-ray. They put the fucking Ultraman Kids anime out on
Okay,
Blu-ray.
I'm gonna be real, Prime. You wanna know why? You wanna know why? They are Supro is the Arizona iced tea of Toku. Shit on the can is still 99 cents.
Shut the hell up. If that ain't the realest shit I've heard all day. Shut the fuck up, bro. Bro.
They really
You
are.
ain't lying. You ain't lying. Where's the lie? Where is the lie? Where is he lying?
It's like it still says 99 cents on the can. And god damn it, we are not going to be expensive on our releases, and that's how you sell.
And you know what? And going back to how Toei treats Sentai Kamen Rider, I saw somebody post online, and I forgive you if I don't remember or have your name, but they said, like, to be honest, Subaraya had no choice but to go global with Ultraman because, like, that's the only brand that they have.
Yeah, fair.
That's their bread and butter. But then to counterpoint, like, did they really have to though? Because like, it's already big in Asian areas. Like they
could have gave the USA. They could have gave the USA the middle finger and say you're not going to get this shit, but they say, you know what, give it to them.
Right. I think that like we want the market. Like, and again, to be fair, like Ultraman is their bread and butter. And they probably don't have as many hands in the pot with Ultraman as versus again Kamen Rider, which has, I think, again, Toei, the Ishinomori Productions, Bandai, TV Arashi. Who am I missing? So yeah, like there are a couple of more stakeholders at play versus like Ultraman would have for example.
I mean, look, they had me when I went into a Best Buy. RIP Best Buy not selling Blu-rays now.
Man, I'm still fucking mad about that shit.
So I remember when I saw 66 Ultraman Blu-ray Steelbook. Was it Blu-ray Steelbook or the box set? No, Steelbook. The Steelbook. Ultraman 66 Steelbook. And I saw that shit was going for $25 at Best Buy. I was like, are you serious? I get Ultraman 66 for $25. And it's not on sale. That's when I knew they were about to get all the money. So, yeah. They knew what they were doing.
Dead ass serious about it.
So, but yeah, get Ultraman Taiga. I got, like I said, I got mines from Amazon for, was it 15? So good price. Well worth it. Packaging and everything. So what do you think we should do next time?
That is a fantastic question. Now I know. Damn, we said we were gonna do Tiger, then do something else after Tiger. I know we mentioned doing V3 at some point.
You know what?
But also, I kind of want to. Well, I want to do X, but I don't want to do X before V3.
Yeah, I know.
And we haven't talked about a Sentai in a minute, right?
Oh.
So
Car Ranger.
I thought we did Car Ranger.
Dude, no. We did Turbo. I don't think we did Car.
We did Turbo. We did Car. We didn't do Car. I would gladly rewatch motherfucking Car Ranger. Do you hear me, motherfucker?
let me look real quick. I don't want to, like. No. We didn't. So we never did Car Ranger. Yeah, because we did. Yeah, we did Zhu Ranger.
Let's fucking get it then.
O Ranger. Yeah, we did O Ranger. Did Kaku Ranger and Dai Ranger. So yeah, we're in Car Ranger. So yeah.
Oh, let's fucking get it.
Yes. Which is real quick. Have you been watching? Are you stockpiling Go's User? Am I saying it right?
Yeah, I still have not started on Go Juger. I am on I'm still on Boom Boonger.
Yeah, it's actually I'm stockpiling it, but from what I've seen so far, I'm digging it like a lot. Because I didn't know it was like a stealth anniversary season with the motif of what they're going for. So I mean, technically it would be anniversary season, right?
Yeah, Go Juger is the anniversary.
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. Damn, I'm tripping. I did not catch that. So yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. So yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, did you say it was Go Juger anniversary show?
Yeah, was it an anniversary show?
Yeah, it's the 50th.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to be sure. But yeah, I've been enjoying that. So I was just kind of curious if you watched it or not. So
yeah, it's on my list.
But yeah, they had an episode of Car Ranger in it, and I was like, oh, this is actually pretty dope. So yeah, so Car Ranger, yay! Hopefully the Ranger fandom doesn't go into chaos after this episode. So we'll see what happens.
Will. Well, it will. They're gonna fucking subtweet us again, bro. I can't wait.
But anyways, folks, that's it. So we will catch you guys later. Peace.
Avida Zen, dudes.
That boy is Benny Hanna.